Alright, welcome back to the channel. So my friend Bill is continuing his expansion of the Royal Navy and has allowed me to do an unboxing of his HMS Hood. So why don't we get into this, another unboxing for Victory at Sea. So the HMS Hood, probably one of the more famous Royal Navy ships from World War II, was sunk rather famously early in the war, and we will take a look at it. Alright, so we'll look at the model first. This is a rather large model. So here we have our metal bits, the turrets, towers, cranes, all of that. Again, my friend's ship, so I'm not going to get too handsy with it. But then we have the HMS Hood here. It is a very large base, not quite as large as the Yamato or the Iowa class battleships, but it is close enough. See if I can get see if we can get my Yamato here. There it is. So the Yamato is bigger. It's actually base size, it's very close. Ship wise, the Yamato is quite a bit larger in width and just a little bit longer as well. Right, it's a nice ship. The good resin. Doesn't look like there's a lot of cleanup that's going to have to go on here. A little cleanup. I see some of the release agent on it, so definitely Bill, if you watch this, make sure you clean this one well. Then we have our cardboard. And here, again, I'm not going to get too handsy. Looks like, we've got damage sliders. It's packed by Alicia. We've got our Warlord resins, our assembly guide, which should also have a painting guide on it, which it does. And most importantly, we have our card here, our Admiral class battleship. I'm going to see if I can zoom in and get a little bit more information off of the card for everybody. There we go, our Admiral class battleship. It's 400 points, so significantly cheaper despite the relative closeness in size to the Yamato and the Iowa class battleship. The Missouri, it is significantly cheaper. It is a battleship, flank speed of 6, armor of 5, hull of 96 and 32, and has torpedo belt 2. We have 4 main turrets. So the turrets compared to, say, the Yamato and the Missouri do not have as long a range as those ships. They each have 2 attack dice, plus 2 to armor piercing, and 3 damage dice, so good in terms of attack and damage there. We have 12 5.5-inch light guns with some modest ranges, 8 attack dice, -2 to armor piercing with 1 damage dice each. They are restricted and weak. It also has 8 4-inch light guns, similar, slightly longer ranges, 4 attack dice, -2 to armor piercing, 1 damage dice for each successful hit. These are dual purpose, restricted, and weak. Our AA battery starts at local 5, which is actually rather good. That's a excellent starting point for your AA. And we also have torpedoes, so a battleship with torpedoes, and at 400 points, that's pretty good. It has port and starboard torpedoes. Actually fairly decent ranges for torpedoes. 2 attack dice each, 2 damage dice for each, devastating, slow loading, typical for most torpedoes. Not throwing as many damage dice as some other torpedoes. It's not going to be a main weapon, but if you get in close or someone gets close to you, those torpedoes can do a little bit of work for you. And we have the back of the card. It's the only ship in the class. Got a good paragraph there of history, our statistics, and we have a few refits here to work from. We can change our light guns in 1940. We can add radar in 41, and in 42 projected but never performed because the ship was sunk by that point. Add aircraft 2 armored deck and replace all the weapons except for the main turrets with the following. So some different light guns, and AA battery goes up to local 10. So the 42 seems like a pretty decent upgrade, and it is a 250 point increase to the price, plus the 60, and the first one is a minus 25. So to get the 42 refit, you're going to spend just under, what is it, 285 points, maybe, something like that. In addition to the 400 points, so now you're up to almost a 700 point ship. So that's all pretty good. So I did notice, so aircraft, there is no native aircraft in this, so that is going to be something to consider, because you will have no aircraft to use for scouting. So that is something to consider when taking the hood. But if you're in the Royal Navy, or if you collect the Royal Navy, you are going to want to have the hood. You can't have the Royal Navy without a copy of the hood, in my estimation. I plan to probably get this as well at some point in the future, but I'd like to finish my 2 armies, get some games going with Bill, and then consider about adding individual ships from other factions here and there. But thank you very much. Have fun playing, painting, and we'll see you next time.